Hi students, today we are going to look into the apple catcher game. So let us get started. Okay. So now this is the Scratch website. To reach this website, you must type this link in your Google. Just type scratch.mit.edu. Then this page you will be reached. Then here, click on Start Creating. So once you click on that, it will be launching the web page. That means the page that we are going to create the game. Okay. So let us wait for a few seconds. It will be creating that project. So it is creating the projects. Now it's game. So this is our Scratch website. So here we are going to make the game. So let us start now. First, I am going to delete the sprite. And now we are going to make the apple catcher game. So I require two things. What are these means? One is bowl, another one is apple. So to import the bowl, I'm just going on to this choose a sprite. I'm just clicking on that. Here, the bowl is here, and again you just click it on. Now the bowl has been punched. Then again I'm going to choose a sprite. And then again I'm going to click it on the apple. Now these two things have came. Now let us see. This bowl is little much small, but the apple is little much big than the bowl. So we are going to change the size of the apple to 70. Now check. Now the apple became smaller than the bowl. Okay. So let us get started to write a code. So how do you know whether we are writing the code for the apple or the bowl? So let us see. Here could you able to see, right? This is the apple icon. This icon is going to look into the apple. Okay. So this is what the apple sprite. So here we are going to write a code for apple sprite. So once you click it on the bowl, could you able to see that there is the bowl. So this means we are going to write a code for bowl. Okay. So let us start writing the code for bowl first. So the problem that means the thing that we are going to make is if I click the right arrow button in my keyboard, the bowl should move to the right side. If I click the left arrow in my keyboard, the bowl should go left. So let us start making that. So whenever you start that, we must ensure to have this block. This means when you click on this green flag, the entire block which is a block or code which is associated with this green flag, all the code will be executed. So first, we are going to write a code for bowl. So once you imported that, after then I'm going to check if my right arrow key is pressed. So here there is a block inside the events. We could be able to find the when space key pressed. So here when you click on the space, you could be able to see up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow. I'm just going to click it on right arrow. So once I click it on this right arrow, once you see, could you able to see that, right? So when you click it on the right arrow, the bowl should move. For changing, the bowl should move from one way to one place to another place. We are going to write here another code. See, here we have a block, right? So it is going to check whether our key is pressed or not. This is not a statement for checking. So if you want to check these statements, then we are going to drag and drop this. So if the right arrow key is pressed, then the bowl should move to the X direction. So we are going to change the X by 10. So here could you able to see that change X by 10. So I'm going to just import this here, and then I'm just going to click it on the green flag. You could able to see the bowl is moved, but it is moved for one time. So to do this, if I'm for that, I'm going to import this inside the forever block. And when you click it on the green flag, you could able to see that, right, the bowl is moving, but the left arrow button is not working. So this same thing I'm going to write it for, that means I'm going to write it for left arrow. So I'm just to duplicate this if statement alone, and here I'm going to click it on inside the instead of right arrow, I'm going to click it on left arrow. For to move the bowl from the center to right, then the x value should be x. If I'm moving the bowl to the left side, the x value should be minus 10. Okay. So after that, I'm going to put this block besides the other if block, and I'm going to run this. You could able to see the bowl is moving for the right side, and again it is moving for the left side. So that's it. So we have created this code for changing the bowl's direction. That means when the right arrow is clicked, it will move to the right side. When the left arrow is clicked, it will move to the left side. So let us start creating the apple to fall down. So here it is only in the single, that means it is only in the stationary path, right? It is still not moving, it's not doing anything. So I am going to make the apple fall. So first and prior statements that we are going to do is that to import the when green flag click. After you click, then I'm going to start this apple not only in this position. I'm going to change this, there and there and there. So it must be in random position. For that we have a code for that. That means this is the code. Go to the random position. If you run this code, you could able to see the apple is in anywhere. But could you able to find out if the apple is in this position? That means if the apple came here, how could the bowl should go and catch the apple? It is not possible, right? So I am going to start my apple from which position means here. I am going to tell the compiler, that means I am going to write a code to start the apple from starting position. So for that I will start this. Now let us see that. So just put the apple up. Could you able to see the apple, right? It's not that much visible, but it is little much visible. This is enough for us. Now could you able to see the y value? Could you able to see the y value? The y value is 186. So I'm just taking the whole of 186. So I'm just setting the value of the y to 186. Just it. If you run the code, then the apple is not coming down. It's only been in this space. But for how we are having the random position, for that alone the apple is working in. That means it is appearing in different position. Okay. So let us start another writing code. So now I'm going to drop this apple from up to down. That means we are going to make the apple to fall from up to down. So for that I'm going to write a code that is nothing but I'm going to change the y by minus 5. Why it is minus 5 means in the graph the y should possess the positive value, and that means let us see that. Okay, so I'm just going to open my pen for the explanation alone. For now I'm going to write small. Normally we have the graph. In that graph we have, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So here you could able to see, right? So this is what the what is meant to be. Okay. So if I start this, that means if I'm going to start from this will possess the positive. Here x value possess negative, the y value is negative here, the y value is positive here. If the apple is falling from top to down, then it should be falling from plus, that means positive signs to negative sign. So I am going to declare change y by minus 5. So that's it. So that is why we are going to define we are not going to define as plus 5. So if you are moving the apple from bottom to up, then we should define the value of the 5 as plus. but we are going to make the apple to fall down. So that is why we are going to define the value of the y to -5. Okay, let us see that. It's not working because this falling should be happen forever. Forever, so we are going to import this block. We are going to import this block, and inside this forever block I'm going to put this y equal to -5. Yeah, could you able to see that, right? The apple has been fallen down, but if I will run that, could you able to see that the apple is falling down, but it's not going to the random position. For that I'm going to check the y value is, let us see, the lowermost value of the y was what? 187. Yes. Could you able to see the y value here? The y value is 187. So I'm going to check whether the y position is less than 180. Okay. Then it should go to the random position. For that I'm going to check, for checking part alone, I'm going to import the if. Inside the if, I'm going to check, what I'm going to check? I'm going to check the y position. So y position is less than 187. Let us import that. So y position is, for the less than symbol, I'm going to the operator and I find out here. So the y position is less than -180. If the y position is -180, then what should we do? If the apple should again go back to the random position. For going back to the random position, we have the block called go to random position. I'm just import that. And again, I'm going to set the value to 186. If we didn't set the value to 186, it will be aligning, that means it will be setting the y, that means it will be setting the apple anywhere. So for that alone, I'm going to declare the y as 187. Okay, so I'm just going to put this inside the forever loop. That means below the change y by -5. Let us run that. Now could you able to see that apple is falling, again it is falling, again it is falling. So if I change my bowl, it's not catching. Yeah, but even if I catch my apple, it didn't end up there. It's still on, it's still going on. For that, I'm going to write a code. Okay. So for catching an apple, I'm going to check whether the apple is touch the bowl. So let us see. Before starting anything, we must import this green flag, this click. After that, I am going to check whether the apple touches the bowl forever. So forever we are doing that loop. So I am going to import the forever block. And inside the forever block, I am going to check. For checking part alone, I am going to import the if statement. So inside the if, I am going to check whether touching is, I'm going to put inside this, if the touching bowl, if the, we are going to write a code for the apple sprite, right? So it will check, the apple will check whether it's touched the bowl. If it touched the bowl, then it should go back to the random position. And then again, we should set the value to 183. If we didn't set the value to 183, then the apple will be falling in different position. And I will be putting this block inside the forever group, and then I will run this. Yeah, I have catched. Yes. Could you see that, right? If I didn't catch, it's still falling on. If I catch, it will go again up. So, but normally when we are going to play a game, you could able to figure it out, right? The game, if we scored, that means if we chase or if we catch some apple, then there is a points. So that point will be added 1 if we catch the apple. So like that twice we can do that or we can import that statement too. I'm going for counting part alone. I'm going to make a variable. So just to go to the variable and click on make a variable. I'm going to make it as points and just click it on OK. Now the points is created, but we are not going to use it here. So for the using purpose, I am going to initially set my pointing variable. That means the points variable to 1. So click it on my variable, click on points. So initially it is 1. Sorry, it is 0. So initially when you are starting again, it should be 0. And if you increase, that means if you catch the apple, you should increment, right? So here itself alone, we could able to find we catch that apple. That means if the apple touches the bowl, then only we should change the value of the points to 1. So here we have a code block, which is the change my variable 1. I'm going to drag and drop here, and instead of my variable, I'm going to click on points. So let us run that. 1. If I didn't catch, then nothing will be important. 2, 3, and 4. It's still going on. Okay. So could you able to see it out, right? So let us add some background color. That means backdrop. So I'm just going to add this blue sky. I'm just click it on green. Yes. Again, if I again start that, the points has been started to 0. Let us see. If I stop this, then if I again just click it on green flag, it's not continuing by 2. It is starting for 0. That is why we have imported the statement. So guys, we have created the apple catcher game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.